Taylor asks, what is a good program or routine to use to transition out of Mass Made Simple? Mass Made Simple is a program available at On Target Publications. It's a 6-week mass building program. It's 14 workouts, and it's very difficult. There's a lot of squats, there's a lot of eating, and there's a lot of success if you actually do it. Going into the program, I recommend one of two things. Either consciously lean out, which I think is always a good idea before going into a mass program. You get this little rebound out of it. Or you just can follow the 6-week squat mastery program that's in the book. Just spitballing here, I had this idea that, probably doing both wouldn't be a terrible idea. Do the 6-week squat program and consciously, cut back on your calories somehow or do something that'll lean you up a little bit. Transitioning out of the program, I tell you in the book to take it easy. But that's not very specific, right, Taylor? Most of the time, what we've done after Mass Made Simple is we've slid over to Jim Wendler's 5-3-1 program. And you wouldn't want to do bigger but boring right now just because you want to give yourself a bit of a physical and really a mental break. But Jim's program has, of course, overhead press, bench press, squat, and deadlift. The variation we used was we would do, basically the same thing, but with chains. The one thing we did swap out, we did front squats instead of back squats. That would be the only huge change for us. But what's nice about Wendler's program is you can do it 4 days a week, you can do it 2 days a week. I'm sure you could do it some other options too. He's got countless variations in his book. But the reason I like that so much is after all that squatting that you do in Mass Made Simple and all that bench pressing that you do in Mass Made Simple, when you add the deadlift and the press, it's kind of invigorating. We would do it when we did it 2 days a week, which I always found with 5-3-1 was the best. We would do overhead press and deadlift one day, bench press squat the other day. So as you come off of it, and it's okay actually to take a few days off if you feel the need to, but when you come back, you'll do the military press deadlift day, and you haven't done that in 6 or 7 weeks. And so that's actually kind of oddly refreshing. One thing you might have to do is look into his programs that do a little bit more conditioning. One of the downsides of Mass Made Simple, and it's built to make American football players bigger. That's what the program came up with. But people liked it because a lot of guys look so much better, so it became more of a bodybuilding program, and you know how things morph back and forth. But after all that mass building, you do feel a little bit like, I got to get in shape. And that's because you've added, 10, 15, 20 pounds in some cases of mass in that short amount of time. And you don't feel as connected as you used to, as knitted as you used to. So doing hill sprints or doing some kind of conditioning would be a good idea. So here, I'm going to give you a program, 2 days a week, 5-3-1 with an additional, kind of higher end, what Marty Gallagher calls that third wave cardio, rucking, hill running, something that's stadium steps, something along those lines. Don't go crazy. Transition like that for about a month, and then sit back and say, okay, as I always tell athletes, now what? Good question, Taylor. If maybe in the future I will jot this out into a little bit more formalized program. But honestly, Taylor, most people don't ask this question. Once they finish, they in that 6 weeks, they know exactly what they want to do next because you've had 6 weeks to mull through it. But thank you.